Welcome. I'm glad you're joining me. It's great to be here and creating this content. The purpose of this video is to support you and guide you into 108 Sun Salutation, a need to know, so you have an understanding on the physical impact, the emotional shifts that it may bring, and the spiritual journey of Surya Namaskar. So 108 seems so much. Let's just break it down and start with the mantra that associate with this humble practice. And then the story of Surya Namaskar, the origin. So Gayatri Mantra is a beautiful chant, and it's also a prayer. The first two lines of the mantra is acknowledging this creation that we live and worshipping the adorable sun. And then the second two lines turns into a prayer, looking one step and acknowledging the divine that powers the sun, and asking or inviting that same divine energy that powers the sun to power this heart. Feel and shine this heart, mine and yours, with light and wisdom. The Gayatri Mantra I like to open up practice with. Please join me if you know the mantra, or just listen in and let it wash over you. So bring the hands in Anjali Mudra. We connect with this heart space, but also balancing the left and the right, the yin and the yang. Take a breath in here. Eyes can be closed or softening the gaze down while exhaling. Then breathe in for the chant. Om Bhur-bhuva swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And let me share the story of Surya Namaskar. It all began long time ago with Lord Hanuman. Hanuman, a monkey god. Imagine a small baby body, human body, with a monkey head and a long tail. Now this Lord Hanuman had hunger, a great hunger for good food, loved fruits, especially mangoes, but also had a hunger for learning and growing. And because as a young child, his hunger grew towards eating ripe, delicious mangoes. And one morning, as he gazed up on the blue sky, noticed the juiciest, most delicious mango, ripe and ready to eat. So he had special abilities. Firstly, he bounced off the earth, reached with his long arms, kept reaching towards the sun, grabbed hold of it, still thinking it's the juiciest mango, takes it all in. In some stories, Lord Hanuman takes bites. In some stories we read, it just goes right in, right? But the other gods in the universe noticing the distractions. There's no more warmth. Things doesn't operate as it used to, not in alignment. And it was Lord Indra who sent a thunderbolt, a vajra, to warn this young Hanuman to drop the sun, let it go, accidentally hits it by the jaws. So Hanuman translates to a split jaw. And in Hatha Yoga, we practice a split pose, which is Hanumanasana. So the story is that the thunderbolt hits Hanuman in the jaw, creates a split, let go of the sun, he bounces back down to earth. Then his hunger for food kind of lessens as he grows up, and hunger for food lessens, and his hunger for knowledge and wisdom grows. So he's looking for a teacher, a guru. And so his mom suggests to the wisest teacher is Lord Surya, the sun god. Why don't you ask him so you can be his apprentice, his student? I'm sure his mom says he already forgotten about that old incident. So Lord Hanuman once again takes on the adventure and visits Lord Surya. Now picture the golden radiating sun rays shining brightly. In front of the sun is this golden, beautiful chariot. On top of it sits Lord Surya. The chariot is pulled by 7 horses. These horses representing each chakra. So the chakra system starts from the base of the spine and running in front of the spine all the way to the top of the head. There's 7. So Lord Hanuman asks Lord Surya, may I be your apprentice? But Lord Surya says, look, I'm no grudges, I'm long forgotten what happened. I'm just really always on the move, right? I'm racing across the sky all day long. Where would I find the time to teach you these scriptures? But Lord Hanuman doesn't give up. Just keep asking him, I won't be in your way. Please let me be your student. So Lord Surya agrees and gives him a little bit of a challenge. He tells Lord Hanuman that you cannot sit on my chariot. You may not walk next to my chariot. You need to be in front of my chariot. If you accept, you may be my student. So Lord Hanuman knows that a good student never turns his or her back to a teacher, a guru. So has to face the chariot, the sun, while marching along. But he also knows he cannot turn his back to the divine. So hence the Sun Salutation began while they were marching across the sky. Lord Hanuman has to reach up and bow forward, then step back, which we explore in and discover in the Sun Salutation. We're stepping back and find the energy of the end of the mat, but then we need to step forward. So that's the second part of Sun Salutation. So in a few, I'm not sure how long, but Lord Hanuman learns all the scriptures, and it's time to say goodbye to Lord Surya and ask his divine teacher what can I do to contribute, to give you a gift, a service for this knowledge? And Surya says, listen, just pay it forward. You have all this wonderful scripture, this knowledge, go and teach it. Go and share it. Share this wisdom, make other lives, lift other people up. So then he joins down back to earth and creates the Sun Salutation in honor of his guru. And hence we're stepping forward on a yoga mat and coming and starting again. So 108 is always a spiritual number, 9 times 12, if you break it down. And Sun Salutation has 12 move, 9 asanas. So this is where we can be a little more technical. What is happening? How is this created in a way that it is achievable? Well, I made 4 videos for you and broke it down into digestible segments. And then it's up to you to continue from beginning to the end when you feel ready. Think of it as a journey. It is slowly and adaptable practice for anybody. And I'll talk about contraindication and the benefits. So the 9 movement, these 9 asanas, these 12 movements are a rhythmic flow. But first, in our first 12 set, 24 rounds, we'll take it into a nice rhythm, slow, deep breath, which is our pranayama practice. That will guide us into to center the focus in the body and leads into a meditative movement meditation. Then the second video will pick up a little bit more rhythm, one breath, one movement, and even adding counting. Another 12 set, 24 rounds. Third video is a bit more rhythmic, right? The breath is rapid, one by one, just flowing movements, and we're in a rhythm, we're on a go. That's 24 sets, 48 rounds. So the first 3 video get us up to 96 Sun Salutation. We have 12 more to go, 6 sets. So video 4 is about cooling down, calming down, and including a yoga nidra, so a deep relaxation, a deep rest, a yogic sleep. So how you may utilize these videos is really up to you. You may start with video 1, do 12 sets, 24 rounds, body is warmed up and you want to continue with either a yin practice or a hatha yoga asana practice. And then finish off with video 4 to cool down, calm down and relax. You might like to take video 1 and 2 and slowly work your way up to, with strength and mobility and stability to video 3, which could take 1 to 30 days, really. And one day you will like standing on top of your mat, completed video 2 and ready to slide into video 3 and might even take it all the way. The whole idea is to, of course, always an invitation to listen what is happening here, right? Practicing mindfulness, the present awareness. And like I said, pranayama, at times let the breath carry you when the mind is trembling or restless. If the body feels tired, well, connect with that heart center of the meditation, the movement of the posture to posture. So I think that's about everything I would like to share as a background support. Now let's get technical and work out all the 12 moves and the 9 asanas. So you're welcome to join me or just continue to listen and observe. So standing top of the mat, we start with feet hip-width apart. So spreading the toes on the ground, take 2 fists between the big toes, measure it out, that's hip-width apart. So we're starting with standing tall. Shoulders roll down, lifting through the top of the head, anchoring down the feet. Connecting with the breath. Inhale to grow taller. And asana 1 is to bring the hands to heart space in Anjali Mudra. In the next inhale, to take the arms up. Here we expand forward with the hips and arching back. So squeeze the glutes and support the hips and arch. Raise the arms up and shining the heart, the throat, looking up. And then bring hands back to center. I'd like to share some variation. For anyone with shoulder issues, option would be to leave the hands in the center of the chest and just arching back. So still activate the glutes, support your lower back and leaning back. Nice. If you like a bit more opening, might take the arms out to the side and arch this way. So finding a right variation that suits the shoulder joints. So after raising the arms up, move number 2, we fold forward and down in forward fold. So the calf muscles, hamstring might be tight, then bend the knees generously. So your fingers could be on the mat, If you have 2 blocks, you rather support your fingers or your palm of your hand, you might do that. What you find in practicing Surya Namaskar, that it will lengthen the back body muscles, which means you might find that by set number 24, you no more need the blocks, your fingers will find the ground. Top of the head is pointing down. So whether you have the leg straight or bending, right? There's always softness in the knees. Obviously, with bending the knees, that's already softened. But when we keep the legs straight, there's still softness. That creates stability. So from forward fold, softly gazing end of the mat, send the right foot back and knee down. Coming into a low lunge. Untuck the toes, options to use the block. Because what we like to create here is the front knee is aligned with the ankle. It could be lightly forward, or if the back knee needs support, take a cushion or a softer padding. Driving the hips forward, down and forward, will lengthen the psoas muscle. Now the psoas muscle is directly in relationship with the vagus nerve. So activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Also think about the back body. What we like to achieve in this posture is the hip is driven forward. You feel lengthening on the hip flexor muscles. But the back is straight. So think about the elbow is the tailbone, the fist is the top of the head. But I like to create a nice tall spine, not taking the head back, but rather lengthen the back of the neck. Once you have that feeling of lengthening, the eyes roll up and looking towards the third eye. The third eye center is the space between the eyebrows. So look forward and up. And then tuck the back toes, lift the knee up, create stability, hands on the mat or the block, hips high, step to plank. If you started out with feet hip width apart and in plank pose, feet hip width apart, roll onto the toes, hug the navel in, and there's rounding happening in the back body. So in low lunge, I'm just stepping the left foot forward. We think about the back is not arching but lengthening. Now we think about in plank pose, hug the navel in, belly up, and rounding, pressing the earth away, rolling onto the toes. Then take the knees down, chest and chin down to come into Ashtanga Namaskar. Yes, so I'll come back to plank. Would like to give a variation for wrist sensitivity. Can't set up the hands on the palm of the hands, then take the fist. All right, you could also be on your elbows. Knees down, chest and chin down, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale to rise forward and up to Cobra pose. So shoulders roll down. You think about the lower back, squeeze the glutes, top of the toes are pressed down as well. And float into down dog. So we continue with the connective flow, pressing up to downward facing dog. So putting it all together from plank pose, hold the breath in, exhale and take knees, chest and chin down, and rising to Cobra and find downward facing dog. That's posture number 8. Yes. If you already adjusted the pose on wrist, from wrist to fist, and as you come down to the ground in Ashtanga Namaskar, you might take the belly down, sweep the elbows forward and under the shoulders to create swings pose, and move into down dog as a dolphin posture. Right? So find your variation. Is really important to step into video 1, because in there I won't be giving variations. This is the time to work it out. What would suit you best? So from down dog, posture number 9 is to step the right foot to the top. So we send the right foot back, step the right foot back. So hips high, looking forward, hug the knees to chest, create some space, step it in between the hands. Left knee down, same alignment for low lunge. Hip is driven forward, tall back, align the back of the neck, roll the eyes, look up to third eye. Now, if the stepping forward is a challenge, and it's always an opportunity, right, to learn and grow. So you want to send the heels down in down dog, looking forward and stepping between the hands, but you could also step outside of the right side of your mat. So creating a nice wider step forward. Another option is taking the knees down. From down dog, rise and step the right foot forward. Yeah. Now, if neither or any of these doesn't work, then you could just skip stepping forward and come from down dog all the way to your top of your mat into forward fold. We rise up, posture number 11, and hands to heart center 12. Let's move it to the left side. See the full flow. So inhale to grow tall. Exhale, bring hands to center. Inhale, take the arms up, shift hips forward, arch back. Exhale, take it down, all the way forward fold. Softness in the knees. Bend the knees, step the left foot back. Think about the back, tall spine, roll the eyes up. Hold the breath and step to plank. Nice. Rolling onto the toes, exhale, take the knees, chest and chin down, Ashtanga Namaskar, or any other variation that you feel comfortable. Breathe into Cobra, roll the shoulders down, and exhale, lift up to downward facing dog. This is an easy connective flow. Inhale and send the left foot to the top. Step it between the hands, right knee down. And as you take the right knee down, hips comes forward. With that, lengthen the back, look up. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Top of the head is pointing down, hips up. Inhale, bend the knees, rise, tall, arch back. Hands to center. As we go into the flow, there's a pause that can be a really nice way to rest, which is child's pose. Anytime from down dog, you take the knees down, arms by your side, resting, forehead on the ground. The other variation is taking the knees out to the side, big toes are touching. Maybe you like to bring the arms forward and planting the forehead on the mat. So Surya Namaskar has a lot to teach. Just like Lord Hanuman and the story of him becoming a student of Lord Surya has valuable lessons, right? First, as we look at his hunger for good food, right? Make choices that is healthy for this body. Then that hunger lessened because he wanted to grow and learn. His hunger for knowledge is become way bigger, and he probably had a goal, right? To help others. Right? And so the humble flow of Sun Salutation being created. There's this element of forgiveness, of course. Lord Surya had no grudges towards Hanuman. So whatever happens in our flow may be humble and connected, and you remember that there's no failure, there's only feedback. Right? And there's you have the hunger for knowledge, hunger for growth, If you look around and observe that people who reaches their goals, most successful human beings, in a nicest possible way, have this hunger. Hunger for growth, hunger for knowledge is clearly the secret of life. So I invite you to explore and take it on. Let me know in the chat how you feel, how can I support you, what are you experiencing. Please read the description, there's a contraindication and the benefits as well listed. Let's close with an Om together, bringing hands to heart space. Feel your breath. When you're ready, close the eyes or soften your gaze. And just exhale completely. And breathe in for the chant. Thank you, Tina.